Hi, how are you today? It's Maria from Women into Wellness, and today I want to talk a little bit about mindfulness. Now, mindfulness is a buzzword that's everywhere at the moment. If you've looked on the internet or if you're on Facebook and you have any interest at all in meditation or mindfulness or your general sense of well-being, then it's likely you will have come across some posts that have been suggested to you about mindfulness. Now, basically, mindfulness is about being in the present moment. And it's a technique, or it's a way of life and a way of thinking and a state of perception that really allows us to avoid the clutter, the chatter of the mind, the judgment that often comes with our internal vocalization and perception of the external world, and also towards ourselves. And it allows us to really go into a state of calm and relaxation where we are focusing on something other than our thoughts. Now, it's not to say that it's the eradication of thoughts, because of course our mind is generally always going to be active unless we are someone who has really mastered the higher states of consciousness and meditation. We are always going to have thought processes occurring. But what mindfulness does is it just allows us to really focus in on something else that is much more quieting and much more calming. So we're going to talk about mindfulness a lot more over the coming months, but what I want to do today is just introduce you to a really simple technique that you can start to embed in your life. Now, mindfulness is, it's along that tier that links into self-awareness and meditation and meditative states and higher states of consciousness. But I want to really just tap into a state of mindfulness that we can utilize on a daily basis during any task that we do. So what I want you to do is this is a challenge. Try this today, try it tomorrow, try it every day, several times a day, or all through the week, and pop some comments below. So what you're going to do is pick any task that you do that is generally quite boring, banal, repetitive, or that doesn't require much thought, or that in fact you don't even like doing. So it might be a chore, it might be doing the washing up at home, or something like hoovering, I don't know, ironing, sorting out your clothes drawers, or taking a walk to work, perhaps having a shower. So it can be anything that's just a general simple task. It doesn't have to be a long task, and you don't need to do this exercise for the whole task. But what I'm going to ask you to do is, while you're doing the task, is to really start to focus your mind on all of the actions and the movements that you are physically doing to complete this task. So if, for example, let's take the shower. If you are having a shower, I really want you to start thinking from the moment that you're opening that shower door, you're turning on the tap, really thinking about the movement of your hand, the feel of the water, and then start opening your senses so that you can start thinking about the sounds of the water, the smells of the water, the shower gel. Think about everything in that moment of what you're doing in that activity, and try and think about it from a sensory perceptive point of view. So all you're thinking about in a very non-judgmental way is what you are perceiving. So the smells, the taste of something, the touch of something, how it feels on your skin, how your body feels within itself in relation to the other parts of your body. And really allow yourself to focus on the most minute detail that just takes your interest, as long as it is linked to that activity that you're doing. And like I said, you could practice this for 1 minute or for 5 minutes, if you're having a longer shower, or if you're doing the washing up or something that takes a bit longer. Challenge yourself to keep trying it. And if your mind wanders and drifts away, that's not a problem at all. Just gently guide it back into thinking about the task at hand. And what this is going to allow you to do is start to switch on your mindful muscle and start to work it. So you start to actually use that technique and that ability, and you start to calm your brain down and your mind down and attune it into something that is of interest, that is in the here and now, that allows you to focus on the moment that you are experiencing, and therefore to forget about other things, the general clutter, the general chit-chat going on in your life. When you finish the task and when you've decided that that's it, you've had enough of it, take a few general deep breaths and just reflect. So it's always good to reflect on something you've done, if something new or something that you do regularly, and just see how it actually sits with you. So how has it made you feel doing that task? Did you feel like you actually sidestepped your general thoughts and your processes? Were you able to do it for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 2 minutes? Was it easier than you thought? Was it perhaps more difficult than you thought? Did you think that it was interesting and you're going to try it again, perhaps with the same task or with something different? So let me know what you think. Have a go, pop some comments below. A lovely one is if you're someone who walks to work, try it on your walk to work. Please don't do it if you're driving or cycling, because road safety is first. But if you're walking, of course, be safe as you're walking, but you can think about the movement of your body while you're trying to do it. So just think of ways you can embed this into your week. Let me know how you get on. Pop some comments below. Let's get a dialogue and a discussion open. And if you've read anything about mindfulness and using mindfulness in daily activities, then pop it in the comments below. Share the information, share the wealth. So I hope you enjoy this mindful activity for you this week. Let's get working on it, and I look forward to seeing you comment below. And until then, I wish you well.